It's your boy Online Davo, and we back with another video. Alright, look. We got a video about Old Meezy. Raja Jackson finally faces real consequences. And I don't know, I forgot all about bro in this situation, but let's see what happened. Come on.
This is breaking news. After doing the unthinkable and beating a man what I saw damn near to death on stream, Raja Jackson is finally arrested for his responsibility in those actions. And I'm not gonna lie, this is something that we need to see more often, especially with the streaming community and the lack of consequences that get handed down from these bigger platforms, from just society as a large when it comes to these streamers. After seemingly doing the unthinkable,
bro, that nigga really was throwing haymakers. What the fuck? I just remember, bro, that nigga was really, like, really cock your shit back. Like how you would throw a haymaker, bro. Nigga, he was really throwing them bitches, bro. Fuck.
Millions of people to see on different video platforms, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Raja Jackson was...
Niggas be crazy as fuck, bro. Niggas be crazy as fuck.
Skating free for the past month, to be quite honest with you, with no charges being brought down from anybody from like the police department or even Stu. I think that they were waiting for Stu to come out of, you know, the coma that he was in or the hospitalized state that he was in, and then after he got out of that, they finally went and picked him up. But it was just amazing and stunning to me that like nobody found it weird that Raja was just living his life with no charges. They literally should have picked him up the next day. And I would point that to
I was like, damn. Yeah, people was like, oh, he waiting for this, waiting for that. I'm like, yeah, I guess. But I'm like, damn, I nigga just out and about. Like, I mean, I feel like I get what he's saying. Like, why isn't that nigga in handcuffs or something?
Support system that he does have, but honestly, during that time, his father, Rampage Jackson, was doing some very strange things about him and his name in the media. He's just got a very weird father, guys. I don't know what else to say, but this is not a good support system for him.
Are you at all worried about his well-being?
Yes, my son. I am worried about his well-being. How many kids you got?
I got 3.
All right, so why you asking me some stupid ass?
Well, can I be real with you? I can't imagine what it would feel like to see my son do that. I also don't think I would cut my son off if he did that.
What?
So if you are worried about his well-being, why are you not talking to him?
Because he dishonored my name, and
But he's still your son.
No, listen. I know he's my son. I'm not cutting him off for forever. I just haven't talked to him.
But this is the worst.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we already seen from the shit that happened before that they got a weird ass dynamic, but yeah, they just got a weird dynamic. He's like a son / like totally, like, I don't know how, bro, view him. He just show his love differently. Yeah, in a weird way.
His life. He needs you now more than ever.
No, listen, I talked to him after this happened, and he hid the fact that he did this shit, and you know, he put my other kids at danger based off what the other people said, and I just can't talk to him right now. I just can't.
Like, what kind of situation are we talking about where somebody is sitting in waits for the police to come and literally put handcuffs on them? He's getting dragged on the internet on all sides. Right. There's no side of the internet that was supporting him. He can't even turn to his father. That's just a bad situation, because you would expect your father to at least speak to you. I'm not even saying that he has to praise the actions that you do, condone any of the actions that you do, but you can't even speak to your father. That I know that
I get that, but I mean, yeah, I think there's some shit though. There's some things in which it's like that's a line being crossed even for a parent. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta remember, a parent is still a human at the end of the day. Like you yourself, if you don't have kids, or say you do have kids and you're watching this, or you want to have kids, you know, like you have your own identity. You know how you feel about certain shit. You know what things and what lines can and cannot be crossed in your life. So even if your kid does it, it's like, you gonna let him cross that line? Because if you let him cross that line, that mean that line not really like a red line. I mean, that line not really a deal breaker. You know what I mean? But there's definitely some shit that, like, even as a parent, like, I'd be like, you know what? I understand. You know what I'm saying? I understand why you did that. I could see why you kicked that nigga out your life. I could see why. So, yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be unconditional. Like, you can still love them, but I just can't have you in my life. So it is still unconditional love, but I just can't love you up close when you're doing crazy ass shit.
Was going through it before the police ultimately came and picked him up. Now, to give Raja and Rampage's relationship a little bit of bail, the person that did break him out of jail with paying his $50,000 bond was Rampage Jackson. And I mean, that's the least he could do for his son, who, you know, for all intents and purposes, is probably like in a mental state that's just not healthy at all at this point.
Yeah, I know it was going to
You're doing okay. You're doing okay. You all right? He at home now. Okay, good. Hey, he fucked up. He fucked up though. He fucked up. He got to learn his lesson.
Now, I'm not a person who subscribes to the ideology that you are always a product of like your upbringing. Like, have you ever seen a situation where, I don't know, a grown adult does some bad action and then they question how this person was raised? I'm not a fan of that because it takes away from all the good things that have been done by parents, by other adults in people's lives that got them to the point that they are. Now that I got that little preface out, that is not applicable to this Raja and Rampage situation. It is super strange, and it's something that is kind of being swept under the rug, how in real time to massive amounts of audiences, Rampage Jackson is just saying super duper weird and probably disgusting things to his son, and nobody's really calling it out. Now, not saying that it excuses any of
like what? The stuff that we seen in the previous videos? You talking about that?
Behavior that Raja is doing. That's the last time I'm gonna say that. But listen to how Rampage Jackson is talking about cutting Raja Jackson off for weeks at a time. Like, this is right after the event.
I talked to him after the shit happened, and he hid the fact that he did this shit, and you know, he put my other kids at danger.
He didn't.
Based off what the other people said. I just can't talk to him right now. I just can't. I'm not saying I'm never going to talk to him again. I just can't talk to him right now. I need some time. I'm dealing with his attorneys and all this shit. I'm very.
Damn, this nigga. Yeah, I say this though. However you feel about, like, if you're a dad and how you feel about your kid, I don't think you should be going around. Yeah, it's just like his job, but you still shouldn't be going around like just talking about, you know what I'm saying, how you feel about your son's court case. You know what I mean? Like, some stuff you could just not even answer. Like, some questions you don't even want to answer them because it's like you got so much love for that person. You know what I'm saying? But you could tell, like, you know, he don't really, that's his son, but it ain't his son. You get what I'm saying? That's his kid, but it ain't his son, you know?
Very disappointed in Raja. Like, yeah, I'm not a perfect parent, so I don't know what's the protocol to how much time you stop from talking to your son when he fucking goes out there and hurt somebody. He put a guy in a fucking hospital.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of help here, Rampage. There is never a time when, especially your son going through an incident like this, should you ever abandon him. One of the gripes that he had in his monologue after leaving is that he feels as a lot of people aren't on his side. He feels as that he doesn't have people in his corner. He feels as that he is alone. Don't double down and prove this right now by abandoning him in his time of need and only communicating through the lawyers.
I'm tired of everybody playing with me and think I'm always playing and call me and no, bro. At the end of the day, I'm gonna stand up for myself because I'm tired of everybody playing with me, bro.
All that nigga anger and emotions coming out at once, bro. Damn, this what happens before the crash out. I mean, this is after the crash out, but you can see the build up of what occurs to a nigga to crash out. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't see the little day by day shit people go through. You don't see the week by week. You don't see that he just lost his job. You don't see that a nigga fucking his bitch. You don't see that niggas got robbed. You don't see that his car got towed. You don't see that he lost his mail key. You don't see that. So when a nigga bump into him and don't say excuse me or something, or when a nigga pop a can on his head and he start blacking out, you think he's just a crazy ass nigga, but some shit been building up. But it's a balance though. Some niggas really do be crazy, but it's like shit. When you reach that point, it's like what you expect people to say. You did some crazy shit, and it's my first time ever seeing you. I gotta think of you as crazy. I didn't know that you got your car towed and your bitch took and you lost your job. My bad, bro. That's on me.
It's clear as day that he cares about you, your opinions, and what you think, but you deciding to step away from the situation right now is not the best thing in the world. And I see by watching you are the reason for the whole family having accountability issues. You talk about how all these people have this blame, but one person.
Everybody was wrong. Raja was the most wrong. Everybody was wrong, but none of this shit ever would have happened. This psycho Stu never hit my son on the back of the head with a fucking can that they was drinking beer out of, and then grabbed him by the neck, asked him to sell it. If that never happened, none of this shit never happened. And the promoters was wrong for putting.
Yeah, I get that, but you still kind of, I feel like you still kind of downplaying it though, cause you like, yeah, Raja's wrong, but none of this shit would have happened if he never hit him. It's like, okay, we get that, but we're not focused on, you know what I'm saying? Just say everybody wrong in the situation and leave it at that. Well, you trying to make it seem like we are wrong, but we wouldn't have been wrong if you wouldn't have did what you did. So technically, you really the only one in the wrong, and we just reacted. All right.
An outsider inside a motherfucking pro wrestling match. Everybody's wrong. The dumbest thing I ever seen.
And you're right. Everybody is wrong. I think that there was a little
He said it. Everybody's wrong. Okay, but he still put that little preface on there though. That's what I'm talking about. He still put him like that. But it wouldn't have happened unless he did what he did.
Sight from the wrestling promotion that, you know, had Stu and Raja in that situation. I definitely think Raja was wrong. I mean, he beat the man black and blue. But what about the responsibility that you hold? Now, Rampage Jackson is doing a good job of, you know, flipping the script and on the back end cleaning it up, doing what a responsible dad does. He paid the $50,000 worth of bail. He's going on these interviews, kind of taking the conversation away from Raja. Okay. He's the one being front facing, and he's even volunteering to pay for all of the medical expenses from Stu that he suffered once Raja put him in the hospital.
Can I nominate an American to get his smile back? Yeah. His name is Psycho Stu. I pay for that out of my pocket. You the man. Absolutely. Yeah. All right, I'm waiting for him to call me back.
Okay, sure thing.
Look, I'm not trying to take away the fact that Raja...
It looked like, it just looked like one of those things in which bro was just different. Blessed. Whew. He's just different. Like, I think he's just one of those different type of dudes, and it just come off weird to other people. Like, I'm talking about like his dad, you know what I'm saying, and like their relationship. Like, he still be talking to his son crazy, but he also showing that he's doing the right thing. But it's like, damn, is he doing the right thing for the right reasons, or is he just doing it? But then it also becomes a question of, does it matter why he's doing it as long as it gets done? Shit, I don't know.
I did what he did. I mean, he sat there and let a chat full of internet kids rage bait him into jumping on stage and beating a man until, you know, he passed out. But ultimately,
but it's just a weird ass situation, bro. A weird and unfortunate situation. You know what I mean?
I'm saying is that Rampage is not as scot-free as he's saying. We need to start investigating the source and what roles they play in these conversations, because as I look at some more footage of Rampage Jackson, it's clear as day to me that the way that he treats his son is playing a big role in his son's life.
My son's a vegan because he's a...
Why hasn't he fought in 2 years?
Because Roger's a vegan. And
what's your problem with the vegan stuff?
Because I don't think you should be a fighter and a vegan. I just don't believe a vegan that has to cut a lot of weight should be a fighter. I don't care if Roger ever fight again. As soon as I find he's vegan, I don't care if he ever fight again.
Ngannou Jackson is gonna be the son that I always wanted.
This nigga hates vegans, bro. Damn.
He's gonna be a meat eater and a lover. And he's gonna fight. He's gonna be the
meat lover. Hey yo. Hey yo, what the fuck? See a nigga, I'm like, pause.
Enemy of me. Something that you ain't.
Why you stepping on my shoe?
Oh, look, I forgot to tie my shoe good. Can you help me out with that?
Nah, I ain't.
Like they do from
I tie my mom's shoe, and she asked me.
Yuck mouth from Fright Ever.
I don't know, maybe I'm too mature for some of these conversations, but we never talk about...
I don't see nothing wrong with the tying the shoe. You know what I'm saying? If my parent asked me to tie their shoe, I tie their shoe, like, you know, but it's like a circumstantial thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't like call me over, like, hey, come tie my shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, nah.
The impact that a lot of this negative focused content can have on the actual people that are suffering from these things. I'm talking about the people that get bullied. I'm talking about the people who are the butt of the joke. I'm talking about the people who get constantly, and I mean constantly, made fun of on the internet. You don't think that that's something that is going to harbor in their hearts? Like, there's not going to be some anger, some hatred, some sort of animosity that builds up in their hearts?
That shit pissed me off.
Oh yeah, it is. That's why I said there's steps. There's steps people got to pass. There's levels you got to get to before you reach your crash out. You don't just go from 0 to 100. It was just those little moments that you were suppressing. It is all boiled over into one. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna have to get him back. They said I can go in the ring and get his ass. I don't even know what I'm gonna do to him. Bro, my dad can't do shit. I'm gonna fake crash out. All right, bet. It's always been my dream to fuck up a pro wrestler for real. So I get it today.
Yeah. What kind of dreams you be having? What?
Yeah, I'm gonna punch his ass for real. How many subs to knock him out? That's a good question. 50 subs to knock him out. If he hits me back for real, I don't give a fuck. I want him to. Y'all want me to teabag him? People think this shit's sweet. People think this shit's a fucking game. My dad can't never call me a bitch.
That father-son relationship is a very unique one. It's filled with a lot of pressure from the outside, from the inside, from the parents to the children. And then ultimately, if the children don't have that positive outlet, they lash out. There's only one man in your life that you want to impress, and that is your dad. So I could understand.
I feel like it's a weird dynamic because it's like he fuck with his dad, but he don't at the same time. So it's it's weird because he's kind of like, he wants to make his dad proud, but then there's always comes a time in which his dad shows him that, you know what I'm saying? He shows him that he's not like someone that you should seek validation from. If you get what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you my dad, but also the way you act, I wouldn't want validation from you because your validation would mean nothing to me. But then you're also in the back of your head like, but he's my dad. So I think that's what he caught up in between.
Raja would be so upset and so attached at the same time to his dad, who was constantly bullying him, constantly harassing him, constantly treating him like shit. Ultimately, I honestly think that Raja Jackson needs a level of healing, and I'm glad that there are others out there that can see my perspective and not just flip it on its head and say, nah, man, he's just a bad guy. He's bad, but he needs help.
When he was in that ring and I seen him take out all that anger, I'm like, he's fighting his dad right now.
Yes, that's trauma. That's a blackout.
Yes, that's trauma. It ain't funny, but how Brett said it, like, yes.
His dad right
Yes, that's trauma. That's a blackout.
Yeah, he did black out.
That is pent up aggression and trauma that you've not been able to get out, and that's what it is.
Hey, I totally get it. I hope the biggest
facts.
takeaways from this are two things. One, there is consequences to this streaming shit and putting everything on the internet. I don't think that we can escape that, because if he was getting away scot-free from this would have been just another streamer that can do whatever the hell they want to do. And I'm glad that we're not letting that happen.
What do you have? Probably got. I mean, I feel like if that whole shit happened and he wasn't on, I mean, I guess it happened because he was on stream. Never mind. Cause I doubt that situation would happen if he wasn't streaming. So yeah, so I guess the streaming shit got him in that situation. Yep.
And two, and most importantly, build positive relationships. Put the toxic masculinity down. We're not doing that in 2025. Let's go ahead and work on some positivity first type of stuff before we just always paint our...
You can just smile. Nah, but hey, that's a good video though. Damn, man. Hey, look, that what happens, bro, nigga. Like I always say, do it how you want to do, but just make sure you know what come with it. And that goes for everything in life, bro. From the simplest shit to playing the sport to the craziest shit of attempting, hitting people, all that. So that's how I live my life. That's how I suggest you live yours. But who am I? I'm gone. Peace.